What's up, everybody? Welcome to Fat Cracker Homestead. Got a new recipe we're going to try tonight. Hope it turns out pretty good. It's called seafood lasagna. It's the first time ever trying it. I saw it on TikTok this week. I figure I'm going to try it this weekend. So we're going to cook it up for you, show you how I do it, and see how it turns out. Y'all stay tuned for how we do it up. Thank you. All right, we're going to start with our ricotta cheese. Here we got ricotta cheese. It's 32 ounces. So we're going to add some chopped basil to it. We're going to add some chopped parsley. Then we'll squeeze in a little bit of minced garlic. Just a little bit. We're going to add a little bit of lemon juice. This is all by feel, like I say, no measurements. Make it how you see fit. Get that in there. Squeeze that in. That should be enough. And then we're going to add a pound of, or 6 ounces of grated Parmesan. Then we'll mix all this together. Get it nice and thick. And then we'll get this covered up and put it in the refrigerator until we need it. It'll be a little while. All right, I think we're mixed good enough. All right, we'll get this put up and we'll be right back with the other part of the dinner. All right, in this bowl right here, I got a little bit ahead of myself and I already opened it up and mixed it together, but this is 2 12-ounce packages of mozzarella cheese and 1 6-ounce package of Parmesan cheese. We're going to use this to mix in and get a more cheesy flavor in our dish. All right, we'll set this to the side and get ready for the next part of the meal. All right, guys, we got our pan heating up here. We're going to drop in a stick of butter. Get that in there while it's heating up, let it melt down. And then once we get it melted down, we'll be back and we'll add our meat. All right, guys, we got our butter melted down. I added a little bit of avocado oil to keep that butter from burning. So now we're going to add 2 pounds of shrimp. We'll saute that for a second. Get it turning. And then we're going to sprinkle a little bit of Old Bay on top of it. Just a little bit, because we got more going into it. Get that going around in there. Because we don't want to overcook it, because we're going to be baking this. So we're going to sear them up a little bit. Then start turning pink. Okay, now they're starting to turn. So we're going to take that. And what we're going to do is we're going to add a pound of scallops. Mix those in there. That bag out of the way before it melts. We're going to add some more Old Bay. That's a little more seasoning in it. And then we're going to mix this in here. Like I said, we're going to let that cook for a little bit. Mix it in and get that butter flavor all around. Let that cook a little bit longer. We'll be back with the final ingredient on our meat. All right, we let that cook enough. We got the heat turned off. And I don't have the real stuff, so today I'm going to use some imitation crab meat and drop it in there. It's almost a pound of imitation crab meat. We're going to sprinkle that around. And mix it up in there while that pan's cooling down. We're not going to add any more Old Bay. Let me get all that in there. There we go. Okay, that's pretty much all the bag. We'll break it up, mix it around, and start stirring into it. And hopefully it'll come apart. Alright, now we're going to mix this in here and get a little heat to it. Break it up. Alright, let me mix this up and get it where it needs to be. Then we'll come back to the next step of the recipe. Alright guys, so we got our meat cooled off over here. And we're going to take it and dump it in this pot with the juices. Some of that crab didn't flake out as much as I thought it would, but once I get this other added in, it should mix up pretty good. All right, so we got our meat mixture right here, so we're going to make this creamy. So what we're going to do, the recipe I saw called for half and half. Figured I'm going to change it up a little bit. I got 2 16-ounce cans of clam chowder, New England clam chowder. We're going to pour that in there and give it a good mix. All right, stir this around. That juice is going to thin it out a little bit, but hopefully when it bakes in the oven, it'll thicken up a little bit more. Okay, we got our mixture all fixed up, and we'll be right back with plating and putting it in and making the lasagna. All right, we got our lasagna noodles in the pan. We're going to add our ricotta cheese mix and get it on there. Spread it out. I'll hold the bottom of my pan before I put the noodles down. Have a little bit over here, put quite a bit of that on there. Get this mixed in there and get it all over. Oh, we got some escaping. Put that there. Some over here. All right, we'll set this down. And then we're going to stir up our mixture a little bit more. Set that spoon to the side. Since it's a little bit runny, we're going to take a ladle. Move it up close to the pan. Start putting our mix on. Spread it all over the layer. Kind of press it down, spread it out. Like I said, hopefully that sauce will thicken up a little more. I probably should have drained the juices off the meat, but we're learning. It turns out pretty good. I'll probably do that next time. Okay, we got that down. And then we'll add, we'll leave our meat mixture there. We'll throw a layer of cheese. This is our grated Parmesan and mozzarella mix. Throw it on. Going pretty good. And then we'll keep complete putting the layers until we finish. All right, everybody, we made our layers. I added some imitation claw meat, leg meat up here on top. It's kind of dressed just to make it look fancy. We're going to take some cheese, put it over top of that. And I can tell you this, my little pan here is packed full. I even had extra of the meat mixture left, but I used all the ricotta mixture. And this is the last of the cheese going on. All right. We got it on a cookie sheet in case it bakes over. We're going to stick it in there. We'll get our sides going. We're going to have Brussels sprouts with it and some little fancy potatoes. But we're going to cook this and we'll come back when it's done. We'll see how it turns out. All right, everybody. This is it right out of the oven. I tried cutting it. That's why it looks a little, it was a nice brown crust all the way across the top. I can tell you right now, I made it too soupy. I should have somehow probably poured that juice out, just used clam chowder soup, and that would have probably been thick enough. That juice made it too thin. But we're still going to try it here a few and let you know how it tastes. And then, like I said, I'll learn from it, know what I did wrong, and come back and make it better. We'll see you in a little while. All right, guys. So here's the plate. Everything on it. We're going to give it a little taste test. See a piece of shrimp here. Get that. Some of that cheese. I let it sit for a little while. It sat for about 30 minutes. It's thickened up a little bit. We're going to give it a taste here. Well, I have to say it, guys. That's some damn good food right there. Definitely make it again. Go a little bit thicker on the sauce. But that's pretty damn good. Now, remember, guys, that's it for the video. And remember, if you ain't trying, you ain't making it, bud. Keep it going. Y'all have a good one. That's seafood lasagna. And it's good. Have a good weekend.